Welcome to another video on Sumita Roy's English Classroom channel. If you watch the videos, you benefit. When I use a sentence like this, I'm using the word if. If is used in conditional sentences. And as in the thumbnail you can see, if and only if. This is a double conditional. You will get the job if and only if you go for the interview on time and perform well. Suppose you perform well but don't go on time, or you go on time and perform badly. So, double conditional. Conditional means that there is a condition. In the phrases and clauses video, I have already told you about conditional clauses. And here, the clause which is introduced using the word if, which is a conjunction, is the clause we call conditional clause. And a sentence which has if is a sentence which is called a conditional sentence. And double condition, as I told you. Anita will eat her dinner if and only if her friends come here. So Anita says, I will not eat until my friends come. So if and only if, that conditional is a double conditional. If and only if you visit this place, will you be able to describe it? So you have a double conditional here. Then in this way, you can use the double conditional where you have two people or two things which are happening simultaneously. I will give you many sentences with a single if. And if you can practice by making sentences with them using the double conditional, then you will get a lot of practice in the use of if and only if. Either only if or if and only if. I have not given you all the sentences because some work has to be done by you. That practice will make your English better. So please look at these examples which I have given. At the end of the video, I will give you a short exercise which if you do, you can evaluate yourself. You can check whether you have really learned what is there in this video and whether you have benefited from what is being done here. Very often, things which are bound to happen do not take place. There is always a condition attached to it. That means such a thing goes, then the following thing takes place. In such a case, we have to be careful of the verbs which we are using. So in the conditional sentences, you have to check the subject, you have to check the verb, and you have to check which is the conditional and join it with if. The main clause and the conditional clause. The conditional clause is a lower clause. It's not the main clause. Therefore, we need to be clear as to what we are going to use as the conditional clause. These are all the points which you need to remember. Before we begin, you have to, I have to remind you what I do every time, and that is that you need to watch the videos. Many of you are asking for videos which I've already prepared and uploaded on this channel. Please look at the list of the channel and watch all the videos which you think you need immediately. Then slowly watch the others. There are more than 125 videos now, I think. And then you have to share if others want to learn this. Like also if you think you've learned something. Comment. Please write, instead of just writing your name or writing good morning, please write 4 or 5 sentences. That way you practice thinking in English, writing in English, and if you read out those comments aloud, then you are practicing reading English, speaking English, everything. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe. And after subscribing, Please continue to watch because subscribing is not going to give you excellent English all by itself. So, first, I will give you many examples of the use of if, and then I will give you a chance to change these into if and only if. I will show you one or two examples and then I will expect you to do the rest. Finally, I will give you some sentences where you have to add the conditional yourself. That is the 3 levels of exercise which we are going to do today. Now let us begin with the examples. Tell me if you need anything. Now the word if here is the conditional where you are introducing you need anything. So you need anything is joined with if and that becomes the conditional. Tell me is the main clause. If you need anything is the conditional clause. Then you have another example. For those of you who are practicing English, the basics of English, to learn to speak by listening, I have given you so many sentences here which you can listen and repeat so that you become better in the use of English. Wear a raincoat if it starts drizzling. Now look at the verbs. Tell me if you need anything. Tell is present tense, need is present tense. Then you have wear and starts. Both are present tense. So you can see conditional where you are using present tense. Eat less if you're not hungry. Again, conditional. Eat less if you are not hungry. You can eat more if and only if you are hungry and the food is tasty. So somebody is telling you, they are making a statement. You can eat more if and only if, two conditionals, you are hungry and the food is tasty. So two conditions are there and we have used if and only if. So wear a raincoat if and only if it starts drizzling and you have to go out. This is the exercise I want you to do. I gave you wear a raincoat if it starts drizzling. I gave you eat less if you're not hungry. Based on this, I showed you how to do the double conditional using two different choices. Wear a raincoat if it starts drizzling and you have to go out. So starts drizzling, you have to go out if and only if. That is how it is used. Now I will give you many sentences, 15, 20 examples. If all these examples you can introduce the double conditional by introducing another clause into the sentence, then you are practicing good English. And your ability to practice this good English will help you to become better and better. The more we practice, the better our English becomes. So don't hesitate to practice. Take a chance to practice as much as you can. Then we have the next sentence. Drive slowly if the road is slushy. Slushy is, where you have ice, snow, mud, water, everything mixed. It's very, very slippery road. So drive slowly if the road is slushy. Then you say drive carefully or don't drive rashly. And then you add double conditional. Two conditionals you add and then join it with if and only if. This, if you can do, then that would be a good exercise. I'm not solving all the sentences because then you don't get much practice. I'm showing you how to do it in a couple of sentences, and after showing you, I'm leaving you to do it. Speak softly if others are resting. Speak softly if others are resting. Then you have the sentence, a single condition, and Everybody is resting, so you need to speak softly. Walk regularly if you want to stay healthy. Now, here you can easily use the double conditional. Walk regularly, say two things. If and only if you want to stay healthy and eat good food also. So you love eating, but if you eat too much, then you lose your good health. So you have to walk regularly so that you can eat and you can stay healthy also. Listen carefully if you want to improve your English. Now, this applies to all the videos which I'm giving you. Listen carefully if you want to improve your English. I can add another conditional here, and speak better. You know, listen carefully, and you can use the both the conditionals. Ask for some water if you're thirsty. I've given you enough examples. Now let us quickly go through all the exercise, all the other sentences. Ask for some water if you are thirsty. Buy a dress if you like any on display. Display is, in the shop window, they have put up all the dresses. So somebody is passing. You think that dress is very nice. So you say, buy a dress if you like any on display. Read the newspaper if you want to know the latest news. You can also know many other things, not only latest news. So here you can easily have the double conditional. Think seriously about the problem if you want to find a solution. Think seriously about the problem if you want to find a solution. Then you have share your troubles with friends if you feel better. Share your trouble with your friends if you feel better. Some people might not want to share because they feel that, we cannot share everything with everyone. But here the advice is share if it makes you feel better. Then you have the next one. Study hard if you expect a good grade. For students who are watching, study hard if you expect a good grade. Conditional. So if you study hard, then you get a good grade. The conditional can work both ways. Whichever clause is being introduced by using if, that becomes the conditional clause. So you can say, if you study hard, you will get a good grade. Then you will get a good grade becomes the main clause, and if you study hard becomes the conditional clause. The earlier sentence which I gave you, study hard is the main clause. If you expect a good grade is the conditional clause. So you must know whichever clause is introduced by using the word if, that clause is the conditional clause. Then you have plant many trees if you care for the environment. Plant many trees. These days they are saying that the earth is in real danger. So plant many trees if you care for the environment. Environment is spelled Environment, but it is not pronounced as environment. It's pronounced as environment. Clean the house if you're expecting some guests. The house cleaning depends on whether the guests are coming or not. That is why it's called conditional. Otherwise, you can clean the house later. Now, if guests are coming, you need to do it now. That is the condition. That is why we call it as conditional. Call the doctor if you feel very ill. So the condition is if you feel very ill, then what should you do? You should call the doctor. Time flies if you keep busy. This is a very common saying. Time flies. That means time passes very quickly if you keep busy. Suppose you have nothing to do, then the time doesn't pass at all. Board the morning train if you decide to travel immediately. Now you have, board the morning train if you decide to travel immediately. So if you decide to travel immediately is the condition. Why should you board the morning train? Only if the condition is fulfilled that you want to go immediately. If that condition is not fulfilled, then you need not board the train. I hope you're able to get how a conditional is used. Write a shopping list if you need me to buy you things. So, if you need me to buy, then you give me a shopping list. If you don't need me to buy, no need for a shopping list. That is how the sentence is constructed. Prepare your report later if you are not free today. Prepare your report later if you are not free today. So, why are you getting time till later? Only on the condition that you are not free today. So, all these are conditional sentences which we had. If we use these sentences, we can also, as I told you, have double conditionals wherever it is necessary. You can say that, I will get a job if and only if my friend and the other person are selected. That means either all three of you will get the job or only none of you will get the job. That is the conditional. We shall go on a holiday if and only if you and your family accompany us. So you is there, your family is there, and the conditional is double conditional. I can speak at this program if and only if the two other speakers whom I have suggested also speak there. So there are two speakers. You can give the names to the two speakers. And then you use the double conditional. So in this way, we can use if and only if, or we can use just if. Now, as I told you, I'm giving you 5 main clauses. I'm giving you 5 sentences or 5 imperatives. To this, you have to add the conditional and make it a complete sentence using a conditional clause and a main clause. The first one is speak up. Speak up. Now, you can make many sentences using speak up. Speak up if you are confident of what you're saying. Speak up if you want everyone to hear you. Speak up if there is no mic to carry your voice. So I'm using speak up if with many sentences. Like that, I would like you to do. I'm not going to work out all these also for you. I have done one. Remaining 4 you should do. Choose the right word. The main clause is choose the right word. Then the next one is ring the bell. Then the next one is put the clothes in the suitcase. And the last one, number 5, I've done one, so I'm giving you 5 to do. Complete your work. So we have here, I have given you speak up. Speak up I have done, so you need not do it. Now you can write down, choose the right word. Choose the right word if, and you continue by making 3-4 sentences using the same main clause and different conditional clauses. Then the second one is ring the bell. Ring the bell. That is the second one. Then you have the next one, third one, put the clothes in the suitcase. Put the clothes in the suitcase. Now you add if and add a clause to it. If you want, you can add the double conditional to all these also. That will be another exercise, a longer exercise. Now the number 4, which I already gave you, is that complete your work. Complete your work is the main clause. Now to it you have to add a conditional clause. using the word if. Or you can add a double conditional by saying if and only if. Suppose you have a sentence where you have two clauses, you can use if and only if. Now, number 5 is read the notes. Read the notes. This is the main clause, read the notes. And now you have to make it into a conditional clause. In all these, you can certainly use a double conditional wherever you can. So with each of these 5 main clauses, if you can make 5 different conditional sentences using 5 different conditional clauses, using if once, or another 5 using the double conditional, then you will have 25 sentences, or you will have 30 sentences. One double conditional for all 5, so that's 5 plus 5 each, that is 25. So you have 35 new sentences to practice the conditional. Now, why do we use the conditional? That is the most important thing for you to understand. As you know, we make plans in life, but all the plans might not come through. Therefore, most of the things which are going to happen are not really certain that they're going to happen. So, many times we find that whatever we have thought does not come through. Conditional means that there is a condition. If you fulfill that condition, if that condition is satisfied, then you get the benefit. Then you get the condition. The main clause is satisfied only when the condition is met. If the condition is not there, then the main clause remains alone. It doesn't become a conditional sentence. For a sentence to be conditional, we require the word if. We shall do a chapter on conjunctions. There I will talk to you about if and whether. You know, we have WHETHER. This is not WEATHER. WEATHER, weather, means hot, cold, comfortable, or windy, stormy. That is the weather. WEATHER. WHETHER, weather, we have used in, I think, direct, indirect speech. And there, you know, we have seen that it is a conjunction. There, the conjunction use I will show you in a video on conjunctions. You have to wait for that video because I'm slowly giving you as and when the need arises, and many of you in your comments are asking for various videos. So as you ask me to make a particular video or do a particular topic, I'm concentrating on that topic so that whoever is asking for it gets benefited. If you are sharing the ideas which I'm giving you in these videos with your students, like somebody said that I'm teaching my students using the videos, I would request all of you to also share the videos with them. If not today, tomorrow these videos will benefit them. If they are very young students, they might not get much benefit today. But I had a message from somebody whose children are in the 8th class, and they said that they are watching these videos. That person says, my son is very fond of you. I thank you. I feel happy if you say that it is good, it is useful. But you need not always say it is useful. You can tell me what else you require which will be more useful. Somebody wanted uh, adjectives, degrees of comparison of adjectives. It is already there. So all you need to do is to search. So practice the conditionals. If you want to learn good English, please check all the videos which I'm uploading. If you check all the videos, then you might get the benefit in whichever area you want to learn. Because I have covered many areas. There are playlists and podcasts in all these. So if you watch all that, I'm sure you will get benefit. I can say that I will make further videos if and only if I find that you are benefiting and we have many views on each video. I've used two conditions here. One is that, if you are watching, and the other is that there should be views. So I've used the double conditional. I've shown you how the double conditional is to be used. Many people find it very difficult. Therefore, I thought I must give you a video on this so that when you use if or if and only if, you don't make mistakes. In life, we often use the word if. Next time you use it, remember all the ideas in the video and use it correctly. Thank you and all the best.